Now, for today's lesson, I need 4 volunteers. Who wants to volunteer? 1. 2, 3, 4. I knew it. All right. So, Sam, I want you to come sit up here. You're going to be in a group with Stella, Tiffany, and Kate. And you're just in today's mini lesson, you're going to read a transcript. Now, how come I see some people without masks? Tommy, where's your mask? If I gotta wear it, so do you. Right, Kate? So you're gonna be student A, you're gonna be student B, student C, student D. And it goes like this. Now, while this group, while they kind of study their transcript, the rest of you, I want you to think about a team that you've been on. Okay, think about a team you've been on or a group you were in that was successful. Okay, think about that team or group. Ask yourself why it was successful. Okay, I want you to think about this for 30 seconds. And then turn and talk to your partner. Tell them what group you were in or what team you were on and why they were successful. Okay? So right now you're thinking. And you guys just get ready for just get ready to read. This is an example of a very good book club conversation. And today we're going to focus on making our book talk more productive. All right, now turn and talk. What was that team you were on? What was that group? Why was it so successful? Daniel, who's in your group? And sit down next to Tommy. Okay, we got to be at the same level. Otherwise, it's hard to talk without breaking a head. You guys, you just keep practicing your lines here, okay? Okay. Anybody want to share? Fred, what did you tell Gio? What team were you on? Or what group were you in that was successful? Mm-hmm. Okay, so are you talking about that New World project? So your team worked together. Very well. So what are some things, Fred, what do you think is the quality of a good team? What do you think made it work? Helping each other? Okay, good. So our job today, or our goal today, is that we can understand more about what makes a good book club conversation. And what should each person do to make that conversation productive? And to do that, we're going to ask the question. Okay? Our question is, here. Okay, what moves can we make so that we grow ideas together? What moves can we make so that we grow ideas together? And to see this happen, I've got the transcript of a successful book club. Okay? I managed to get this transcript from a successful book club. We're going to share it today. We're going to watch. We're going to observe what they do. And then we're going to practice it on our own. And we have 4 wonderful volunteers to be students A, B, C, and D. Now, this group here, the book they're reading, it's called The Misfits. Okay, The Misfits. And do you know what a misfit is? Dang it, what's a misfit?
Somebody who doesn't belong.
Right, somebody who doesn't fit in. What's the Korean word? Huh? The opposite of insa?
Outcast.
That's right, outsider, outcast, not insa. Right? So the social issue of this book is bullying, right? It's similar, we have a bullying group. And we're going to hear these 4 students here talk about some of the characters. Now, as the audience, what we're doing is asking ourselves, what moves do they make to grow ideas together? So we'll go through some of it, and then I'm going to ask you to stop and write down what you see. Okay? We ready to go? Now, my volunteers, we got to make sure you use a big outside voice that's capable of getting through your mask. Can we do that?
Yes.
Kate can, Tiffany can, Stella, Sam, I'm worried about you. I've heard these girls in the hallway. Not a problem. I'm worried about you, okay? So, student A and B, do you want to start here? Next and last.
I think a lot of characters are going through a hard time right now. Like Joy is really trying to figure out who he is. He's trying to embrace his actual self, but things are getting in his way. Bobby is trying to become more confident, but is also having a stuff to get in his way. And Eddie is just struggling to find who she really is.
I think even though the misfits are always bullied and constantly being told names, they're still trying to get more confidence. Like Daddy is becoming more confident around Car, Joe is becoming more confident about himself, and Dobby is becoming more confident also.
Girl, what do you guys think is a big idea across the text that we can keep track of?
Okay, thank you. That was very good. I think everybody can hear you. Now, stop and jot. What moves are they making to grow ideas together? Write something down, quickly. Where's your notebook? Okay, so what I noticed about our students here, right? Sam, Tiffany, Kate, Stella. What I noticed about them here is that they were listening closely to each other to understand what they were saying, because they know that they have to keep talking about the same idea. Right? So sometimes when we get into a book club, one person says, I read today and I thought about this. And then someone else says, I read and I thought about this. I read and I thought about this. This is my idea. Okay, that's not very productive. Right? Because we're trying to grow ideas together. So here, what I noticed, what jumped out at me, is that their ideas are building on each other's. Right? So student A says the characters are having a hard time and explains kind of what the hard time is they're working through. Student B says how they're changing, right? More details about how they're working through this difficult time. Okay? And then there's a question. Student A says, what are the big ideas we can keep track of? Okay? So we're going to continue now and do the same thing. So we're going to go with student C.
That's a little book. There's a lot, but I think there is one that would probably stand out the most. How everyone is kind of like, comfortable in their routine. Every group, they're going confident together. It's like they're their own family, I guess. They're helping each other out when they need.
I think if they didn't help each other, then they wouldn't become more confident.
They probably learn that
Their relationship with one another are
so it's kind of about how the relationships and each other can help coping with it.
okay. Can we check this idea as we keep reading? How the kids' relationship with one another are taking a step and helping each other go strong.
Sounds like we should all do that. That was so mean. And that's something someone will always say.
All right, thank you, volunteers. Now again, I'd like you to tell the person next to you something you saw in this example that allowed this group to grow ideas together. Right? Not just talk about how each person feels individually, but grow ideas together. How did they do it? Tell the person next to you.
Outside information about that, they're just getting from their information, their ideas, and they have like a solution or how to do for and that's it. So
Okay. All right, so it sounded like everybody saw something in there that was working well, that pushed the group to grow their ideas, develop them. Okay, some of the things I heard and I saw are that each club member adds a different example about the same topic or the same idea. So none of the group members are repeating exactly what someone else has said. It's like each person is adding a new ingredient to the recipe, right? Or to whatever they're making. Right? Each person is contributing something different Yeah, notice that. I also noticed that they took time to identify the topic they were kind of talking around. And we saw that here. So they know it's kind of about how relationships seem pretty positive, and that's helping them to grow. Okay, so they're not just exchanging ideas and opinions, they're developing a topic, right? And they talk about it directly. Right? It's not a secret that this is the big idea. Right? Notice that. I see that this big idea emerges through the discussion. They try out different ways to say it. Okay, a couple students say the big idea and they kind of rephrase it to the way they like. And then they have a plan. A plan to track the idea so they can talk about it in the next book club meeting. All right, so in your groups today, I'm going to share some ways that you can track your ideas or track relationships throughout the book. But beginning today, our book club talks should be more productive than they've ever been. Right? Because we're going to use our notebooks as a place to record our thoughts. And then when we meet with our book club, we share those thoughts. Okay, we share ideas, and then together we grow the ideas. Okay, I feel like sometimes when we do a book club conversation, somebody reads their notebook, next person reads their notebook, next person reads their notebook. That's no good. Right? Why even talk when we can read each other's notebook? Okay, we need to mix the ideas and see what emerges. Okay, so that's our goal for today. When you get back to your desks, you're going to start with a book club talk. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes from right now to talk to your group. Share your ideas. What big ideas emerge? And then you'll have your independent reading time. Okay? That group, you can have the couch and carpet today. Fred, Gio, Drang, Shiu. Couches and carpets, that's yours today. Everyone else, find a desk. You have until 1 o'clock to talk. 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, you'll start reading independently, all right? So get back to your seat. Talk about what you read over the weekend. What are the big ideas? What relationships do the characters have?